Myanmar has set up an emergency committee to tackle sectarian violence in the central region. President Thein Sein says the violence had tarnished the country's image. At least 43 people have died in riots between Muslims and Buddhists after fighting broke out in Meiktila nearly 2 weeks ago. These before and after satellite images from Human Rights Watch show the extent of the destruction there. The unrest quickly spread to other areas, though, prompting curfews in 15 townships. Phil Robertson is the Human Rights Watch Deputy Director for Asia. He joins me live from Bangkok. Mr. Robertson, it's always good to have you with us. 828 buildings destroyed in just 3 days in late March. Talk us through your findings.
Well, it's clear that there is systematic damage to residential areas in 3 distinct areas in Meiktila, indicating the widespread nature of this violence and the fact that it was also very focused on Muslim neighborhoods. It shows that, once again, the government of Burma does not have the situation under control when it comes to dealing with violence between Buddhists and Muslims in Burma, and that it's got to do much more. It's got to be much more serious about accountability for those who incite or instigate violence and those who commit violence. Otherwise, we're going to see continued flare-ups of violence going forward.
Do we know what's led to the violence in this region and who's responsible for it?
Well, the narrative that many people have talked about is a dispute at a gold shop. But, you know, a dispute like this also has to have a basic underlying sort of tension, and the fact that the people, I think, were being instigated to view the Muslim minority with a great deal of hatred also raises the issues of who's behind this, and is there a larger network of, for instance, Buddhist ultranationalists, or those who are raising these very serious concerns about the presence of Muslims in their midst. You know, this is the thing that we're now investigating to try to find out who's accountable. But the government so far has not really shown the kind of diligence it needs to have to really investigate and hold people accountable. That's the core problem here.
Well, the
government needs to do much more.
And the government has set up an emergency committee, hasn't it, to look at sectarian violence. But have we even seen the results of last year's violence in Rakhine State? They were investigating that too.
Yes, and that committee has repeatedly delayed coming forward with findings. The Arakan State Committee, we're still waiting for their report. It's been delayed now 4 times. It seems now that the government of Burma is very good at setting up national level committees to look at problems, but very poor in actually implementing any sort of meaningful solution that is going to protect people's lives and property on the ground. You know, there need to be clear orders to the police that they need to maintain order, and also that, you know, make example of people who are found to have been involved in violence, that, you know, they're held accountable to law.
All right, that's Phil Robertson from Human Rights Watch joining us from Bangkok. Thank you for your time.